That's right. It's Cult of Collectors time. We're almost fully back. Lauren is not going to be here tonight, but we're almost fully back. And we're finally going to give away for tonight's giveaway, in case you didn't see anybody's post on all the socials. We're finally, our good friends over at Valoria Video provided us with a brand new copy of Obsession on 4K. And we've been trying to give this thing away for almost a month now. And we're finally here. We're finally doing it. So if you want to get on the giveaway, just like all in the past, just let John know in the chat. He'll put you on the wheel of death. And toward the end of the show, we'll spin that wheel. And the last man standing will win this brand new copy. I'm going to put it right here for the rest of the night so you can stare at it and its goodness. Because tonight is special. We have a special guest. Before we get to that, John, Charlie, Mike, how are you guys doing this evening?
Good as usual. Glad to be everything working correctly.
Oh, I'm so happy to see that. I'm so happy. I'm sorry I missed last week, but I'm glad that everything was up and going. We had a little summer break, a little unintended summer break there for everybody, but we're finally back. We're rolling. And we got us a guest tonight. We're not really going to have a topic. We're just going to talk with our guest. If you have any questions in the chat for our guest, just hit them up. John will pull them up and we'll ask him. Charlie, who do we have as our guest this evening?
Well, tonight, our special guest happens to be someone who directed a Disney film that I'm sure most of you are familiar with, and that is To Meet the Robinsons. Please welcome Steven Anderson, the director of Meet the Robinsons.
Round of applause. Woo!
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because how I came across your Instagram was actually from a friend. I'm not sure if you remember the name or not. He has you pinned on his profile. He might have gone by Bubba Bear at the time, but he goes by Bubba Bama now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I'm familiar with this gentleman.
Okay. Yes, he is the reason how I was able to come across your Instagram.
Oh,
and
cool.
I took the chance. I wasn't sure if you were going to see my message because I'm sure you get many of them. So, but you saw it and you obliged and said, yes, I will do it, but I got to make time. And we appreciate it so much.
Oh my gosh, my pleasure. I love doing this kind of stuff. It's so much fun to just meet new people, chat about movies and cartoons and whatever else is out there. So look forward to it.
We've had the director Adam Marcus on our show once before. If you happen to be familiar with him.
Yeah, I watched some of that episode to get myself familiar with your vibe.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
that was a fun one. I enjoyed chatting with Adam. We were going to try to have him on again this month. It might be a little bit harder because he says that he's teaching in the evenings, so it would have to be more of a daytime thing for him. But we enjoyed having him on, so hopefully we'll be able to get him back.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, take us back in time. Take us back in 2007 when you got to do that film. Walk us through how you got your hands on it, how you were able to direct it, what kind of experience that was for that one.
Okay, I'll try to make this very long story short as possible.
We got plenty of
time. So I got the script for Meet the Robinsons in late 2002.
Oh wow.
At that point I'd been at Disney Animation since '95. I had been a story artist on Tarzan. I was head of story on Emperor's New Groove and Brother Bear.
Nice.
And had expressed interest to the studio someday. Hey, I'd love to be considered as a director. Love to do that someday. And so as Brother Bear, my job as head of story on that movie was winding down. I started talking to the studio about what my next thing would be, and they had this script that was already written. They had development executives had hired a writer, and they had written the script based on this children's book called A Day with Wilbur Robinson by William Joyce, and said, we think maybe this would be cool for you to look at, and if you're interested, develop it and then potentially direct it someday. So I mean, I was already in terms of my interest in directing. But on a personal note, the script, obviously, and the final movie as well, is about a boy who's looking to get adopted. And what the studio didn't know was that I was adopted. Different circumstances from Lewis in the movie. I was adopted as an infant. He was obviously adopted as a 12-year-old boy. But I totally got this kid's headspace, this whole idea of asking these questions. Where did I come from? Who are my birth parents? Why did they give me up? All those questions I'd been asking since I was a kid. So I came back to the studio. I said, you don't understand. It's not, do I want to do this? It's, I have to do this, because this is, I was sort of meant to do this.
You understood the character piece.
Yeah, I just completely got this kid and kind of saw the whole thing through his eyes. So I obviously took the job. It was about 4.5 years for me from that moment to final film. I would say it's one of the best, if not the best, experiences of my career, a highlight of my career, for those reasons I just stated. Obviously, my first film as a director, first film at Disney, the personal connection I had, but also the team, the crew that we had from across the board: story artists, writers, animators, technical people, production management, composers, songwriters, actors. Everybody was just incredible. It was such, I always felt people just rallying around the story. I think everybody really believed in it and that it was something worth telling. And I just felt that support on all sides from everybody. So it was really great. On the same token, it was also very difficult, because at Disney at the time, we had some very dysfunctional leadership running the studio, and they were rather difficult. And then we got caught in a regime change in 2006 when our leadership switched over. And John Lasseter came in and took over Disney Animation. And as I'm sure many of you know, regime changes are never a fun thing, and there's always casualties in regime changes. Thankfully, we didn't get canned. We got to make our movie, but it was rather bumpy while that leadership, changed over, and we kind of had to figure out, all right, how do we kind of rework this movie to make them happy, to appeal to what they're looking for. But all that being said, I am extremely proud of the film, and really touched that I still to this day get people messaging me on social media, emails, whatever it might be, talking about the movie, kind of like Charlie, like you had done a couple weeks ago. So to see that it's still alive. Next year will be 20 years, 20th year anniversary of Meet the Robinsons, and people have still remember it. People still talk to me about it. It's still relevant to them, and that's really special. So
that's awesome.
Well,
speaking of the 20th anniversary, we're kind of like physical media collectors here. It was surprising that that's a very hard film to get on physical media. Is there anything in plan for any sort of anniversary release next year to kind of bring it back, or give it the 4K treatment, or anything that you're aware of, or that you're even allowed to like push for?
Nothing that I'm aware of, and sadly, I don't have any say in any of that. But hopefully, there's going to be something. That would be really cool if they did something. I have no idea though. If I don't really, I guess Disney still puts out physical media, right? Or do they?
They do.
They do here in the States. They've canned it overseas. But here in the States, they're still doing it. I think Sony is actually doing it for them quite a bit. But yeah, they're still doing it. They're still putting out stuff. It definitely would be, especially with an anniversary. I always like it when they do things on anniversaries and not just willy-nilly, you know?
Yeah.
But it would be cool. It would definitely be something. It'd definitely be something to see.
I should. I'll start poking around and see if I can.
There you go.
If I can stir some activity.
Tell them you want to put your hands back on it to do a 4K transfer of it. So
yeah,
we know to do the artwork for you.
Yeah.
Really cool SteelBook.
Yeah. Well, as a physical media nut myself, in particular, special editions of laser discs and DVDs, all you know, going way back. The fact that I got to be asked to do a director commentary for the DVD release, the original DVD release, to me was like, oh, I've arrived. I get to do a commentary. That was so cool to me. So that was really fun. I know it may sound silly, but it's those little things that you know, because I was such a voracious consumer of director commentaries. When I went to a Laserdisc store and I didn't even know what these things were, I thought, are these record albums? What are these things? And then looking through them, and then, oh my gosh, bonus deleted scene, my brain just exploded as a movie fan. So then I just can't imagine the amount of money I must have spent on my laser discs and then subsequent DVDs. But so yeah, it was really cool to get to be a part of kind of making one of those special edition type DVDs.
That's awesome.
John, have you told him about your background?
What's that?
John, did you tell him about your background with you know, with your knowledge and all that stuff? You know, whether if it was like technical work or, like you said, Laserdisc or whatever it was. You have a certain background.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, just knowing. Yeah, different formats. You had to be more specific with the question.
Your knowledge.
I'm not trying to downplay what you're saying, but I don't know. Like what you mean. You mean like different formatting, different, you know. Different,
just all of it. Like you're very much the behind the scenes kind of guy person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as the commentary and stuff, I remember who was that made a big deal about all that stuff, and I'm going blank here.
Recently?
No, it's
back in the day, Laserdisc.
Director Clerks. Sorry, I'm going blank.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, yeah. Kevin Smith made a big deal whenever DVDs first started coming out, because he's a big Laserdisc collector, and he's like, "Oh, I'll never buy DVDs," and then he ended up converting over, you know, because he was big on like the commentary tracks and stuff like that, and also the just the fact that you could get original aspect ratios back in those days, and the letterbox. The Laserdiscs were the go-to for the movie aficionados and the movie buffs and stuff like that. You know, VHS you could rarely get unless you were getting something in standard size, you know, the 4:3 aspect, or you know, you get those aspect ratios, then you were not going to, like VHS, that's all you're going to get. And the stuff was pan and scan, so it looks awful.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember I got the VHS of Lawrence of Arabia, and it was letterboxed back in like 92, 93 or something. I was like, wow. And then I rented like The Killer, the John Woo film, and it was letterboxed. I was like, oh yeah. You know,
yeah,
because it was so cool, because it was like you just didn't have it. Every once in a while, TV would show something, but I was a Laserdisc consumer back then in the original days, and it was so cool to go into a store and just have all these things. They were so expensive. Criterion would have like $99 for a big deluxe release or something.
Yeah,
$99 way back then. That was just like insane.
Yeah.
Mike knows more about the Laserdisc because he was actually collecting them when they came out. I didn't collect them until about 10 years ago. I kind of.
Jody started.
I'm like new to the game. I just started my Laserdisc collection like a couple of months ago, and I've gone in so hard. it's quite embarrassing, to be honest with you. I've gotten I found a listing on Marketplace. A guy was selling for a family member. He sold a Pioneer disc player, and I think it was like 170 movies for like $300. And I was like, okay. And so I guess I'm getting into laser discs. And man, I should not have opened up that box. It's been a wild ride. That's like the one format I never collected ever. Because it's like everybody's been saying, it was like, $50 plus a movie. So I just that back in the day, that wasn't for me. And now you can get them for like dollars.
Really?
And oh man, it's ridiculous. I mean, I am finding like the hardcore movies from my childhood, of course, are the ones that everybody still wants high dollar for. And anything horror, forget it. If you want to collect horror movies, don't even try unless you've just got bottomless pockets. But yeah, it has become an ordeal over here. I've got it's just nonstop.
Well, the good thing, Jody, is it ends at a certain time.
It does. It ends in 2000. So
that's true.
Yeah, it kind of stops there. So I think I've collected just about every one I've wanted to get, and I've kind of had to put the brakes on it and stuff. So
that's kind of
on Laserdisc. So
yeah, I'm hunting specific genre, specific time frames, so specific things to my childhood, basically. But man, it's getting hard to get. But I have scored some deals here lately, so it's been exciting.
It's just cool. I guess the you got the 12-inch album artwork kind of thing. Some of them got gatefolds. It's just interesting. I guess.
Yeah.
Being like 50 years old and having like music albums and CDs, and I would listen and read and delve into all that nerdy stuff. And I guess that's the same thing with laser discs. And I just appreciate the art, the whole concept and everything.
Then they had format. Really, obviously, you must know this, Jody. Now being the aficionado that you are, they had CLV, and then you have CAV.
Yes,
right?
I have heard these terms. Yes,
and so CAV, you can freeze frame, you can pause and freeze frame. So that for me, anything that was animation, I would get, and I would just sit there and I did do that with VHS when I first got when our family got a VCR back when I was like 13. I would record animation and step frame through it, but it was not nearly as good quality, of course, as a Laserdisc. So for me too, to study animation and even just pause and study, compositions and in live action films, all that, just as a way to study, it was also just the best that there was at the time.
I think sometimes it's almost still the better format to do that sometimes because I don't know, it's the way it scales back and forward. I don't know, it's still pretty darn cool if you got it. What do you call it? The wheel thing.
The little
jog.
The jog control just go. I don't know. It's just nerding out over here. It's really cool.
It was great. There was a store. There used to be a store here called Dave's Laser, and it was in Sherman Oaks, in sort of north of LA. And I was working at Disney, and all my friends and colleagues were Laserdisc nuts, and we would go get lunch and then blow all this money at Dave's Laser just on just stacks of Laserdiscs that we would. But it was fun, and it was super exciting.
Well, even back in the 80s. Well, back in the 80s, we forget, like, to get a brand new VHS movie when it would come out, it would be pretty high, like $89 for a lot of like CBS Fox. Well, back then it was CBS Fox, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like you couldn't remember. So I think that's why rental stores were so popular in the 80s, because barely anybody could afford to buy VHS. Kind of But I don't know. But then Laserdisc came along, and if you wanted high-end Laserdisc, you were going to still pay that high price, Criterion or something like that.
But it felt like you were getting something for your. I mean, it was great to be able to buy a movie on VHS and own a movie, but that price just for the movie was a lot. But at least this was my logic. With the Laserdisc, I get so much more. I get the letterbox version, and I get a making of, and I get a commentary, and I get all that stuff. So I was able to kind of talk myself into, Well, it's worth it. It's all that money is worth it because you're getting extra value for your cash.
That's like now. Sorry, John. I was going to say,
No,
like
go ahead.
if I buy a release and if it's got a lot of supplements, that'd kind of be that'd be the deciding factor sometimes.
Yeah.
It'd be like, okay, I'll take it. I get that, but
I was going to ask Jody. I've had this one. I have a whole bunch of Laserdiscs because he's going to do one. He was going to do a bunch of Laserdisc reels, and I am too because we never do Laserdisc. But I was wondering if he's found this one yet because this one's it's something that kind of came later in the game and it's kind of hard to find. I think I bought this from a guy in like France. But this is. Let me pop it up here real quick. But it's not. But
Oh, wow.
Fear and Loathing.
Oh, nice.
yeah, it was kind of like a late release one, anyways. It was like what, 98, 99.
Yeah.
So.
It was very interesting. You can find it, but it's going for like $70 or something on eBay.
Wow.
When I think I bought it for maybe 30, but I can't remember what I bought it for. It wasn't near that, but it was just an oddball one to get. Those later ones to get, like I have like the Big Lebowski and stuff like that, stuff they're harder to find because they probably printed less where it was already on DVD at the time.
I'll say, since we're talking lasers and John pulled out one, listen, I do have a stack next to me that, but I'm on the hunt for 4 particular movies, and so far I've tracked down 3 of them. I have 2 next to me because I just got them in the mail. John, make me big.
Okay.
I'm so excited I got these. Guys, it's Ernest Saves Christmas.
Oh,
Guys. Hey, guys.
That's actually worth a lot of money.
It's Ernest Scared Stupid.
Yes.
nice.
Oh.
Very nice.
Those are hard to find.
Ernest
actually.
Goes to Camp Away. That's all I need. If you're ever out and about,
I think I have Goes to Camp. I think I have that, but I haven't found it.
John.
I looked for it, and I might be wrong. But I feel like I have it.
You said Goes to Camp, but what about Goes to Jail?
I got Goes to Jail. I found Goes to Jail for $1.99.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. Let me guess.
The other 2?
These 2 I scored because I don't know if you're familiar with Whatnot. It's a fun app that you can spend all your money on. It's auction style. It's rapid fire. It's super fun. I thought I was going to be able to get these 2 from one seller. He had a show going on the same time I had a show going on. So I put in pre-bids. You can pre-bid for things most of the time. I put in a stupid amount of money that we're not going to talk about because I'm pretty sure my wife can hear me. But I lost. They went above that stupid number. And then 2 days later, some dude went live at like 1 o'clock in the day. And I scored those for like $20-something each.
Wow.
Very nice.
I was just like, dude, nobody's watching. I pulled my work truck over and I said, here I come.
What are the other 2 you're looking for?
I've got Goes to Jail, so the only one I need is Goes to Camp. That's the only
it's
one
the other Ernest one.
That's the 4 Ernest movies that were just from my childhood. I love them so much, and yeah.
Hey, I have
the entire cinematic universe.
I know, right?
I was going to say, Stephen, you've worked on some really amazing stuff as well.
Thank you.
I see like Rover Dangerfield. I mean, all this stuff's great, but like BB's Kids.
I don't know if that's amazing, but thank you.
You know what? I like Rover Dangerfield.
I mean,
I like Rover Dangerfield.
well,
That's
I just
good.
like Rodney
I have it on
Dangerfield.
Space Kids. That is a showstopper right there.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys heard. He said he has it on.
Yes.
They kind of stood out at the time. You know, they were a little drawn differently and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, to stay on Laserdisc question, and you work for Disney, and were you a fan of Disney Laserdiscs? Because I know they had those big deluxe white box sets.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like which ones were your? What movie did you study a lot of? Like maybe the classics or
there you go.
Disney.
Well, Sleeping Beauty, because that was a CinemaScope film, and I don't know if that might have been the first time it was available on some kind of home video format in its original aspect ratio. So that one, I mean, other than seeing a re-release in the theater, that was probably the first time I'd seen it in CinemaScope since then.
Oh wow!
And so that was just great to be able to see the beauty of all of that all of those incredible Ivan Earl backgrounds and just the amazing animation, all that stuff. That was a big one. Pinocchio was a big one. Pinocchio is one of my favorite Disney movies just in general.
Okay.
So I have it's red. It's a big box Pinocchio set.
Oh, nice.
Trying to remember some of the others, but I think I've got a fair amount of the classic. Oh, they put out these two movies, Saludos Amigos and The Three Caballeros, if you're familiar with these films.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, not at the time, I think they were on VHS, but somewhat not very accessible. So to have them on these great transfers on Laserdisc with all the bonus footage was really cool as well. So yeah, those were some of the ones that I could think of off the top of my head.
I know on Disney Movie Club they had the Three Caballeros on Blu-ray. That I knew. So I think that one, because since Movie Club is no longer around, a lot of that stuff's gone up in price from people that have bought and are reselling, because they're hard to get now. So
yeah.
I always liked the Ichabod Crane one. That was kind of like a short, and it was I've always ever since a little kid. It was just so the colors, the deep dark shading and stuff.
This is a Mary Blair piece from The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Ichabod and Mr. Toad from the Disney version.
Oh, wow.
I'm with you. So 3,000% that both of those shorts, Mr. Toad and Ichabod, but Ichabod in particular, one of my favorite films just of all time, animated or otherwise. I just think it's genius. I love it.
They would rarely show it as kind of like a kid teenager, and then when they would, it would be like, oh wow, it's like, it always just grabbed you, it's just like, and it always like didn't know much about it, you know what I mean? Like they would show it, but you didn't see it like in the you couldn't rent it, and you just didn't know much about it. It was kind of mysterious in a way because you were younger and you couldn't just look up the internet now and look it all up. It was just that's what I liked about being back in the day, because there was mystery, there was mystery, and I think you learned better that way because you just get a little piece of something and just devour it, like books, books back in the day and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's one of my favorite ones, and it's only like 30 minutes or maybe not even like 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think and for Disney, they definitely went for the spooky. I mean, it's not, obviously it's not a horror movie, but for Disney, there's some scary stuff in that. And but to your point about, discovering things when you're a kid and kind of helping, opening your mind up to things when you're a kid. I was a very sensitive kid, so if it was too scary, I would not have been able to watch it. But I actually loved it. I thought it was the right amount of spooky, the right amount of scary. So I love that they just sort of embrace that aspect of the story.
Yeah, it's funny because when I'm like 5 years old, I'm watching Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah.
Do we have any questions in the comment section, Sean?
Not at the moment. We just have comments. I did want to shout out everybody in the comment section. I haven't done that yet this evening. Having a little bit slow.
And let's
evening.
recap. Let's recap while we're here, please. Tell John if you want on the wheel. We're giving away Obsessed 4K this evening from our good friends at Valeria Video. That's going to be our giveaway. Here, hang on. I didn't know I was going big screen. There it is.
Yeah, I want on that wheel.
Yeah, Charlie wants on the wheel.
I don't have it. I can't buy anything at the moment.
Charlie gets to like number 3, and then he gets kicked off every time.
I know.
Every time. Well, tell us about your coming up in the animation and how you scored. It seems like I think working for Disney it'd be like the top tier animator job. So kind of walk us through how you got into it and how you ended up landing there.
Great. Yeah, I was always a Disney fan. I had a very steady diet of Disney everything when I was a kid. So that was the thing also that kind of sparked my interest in drawing. There was something about seeing Disney movies or animation on Wonderful World of Disney or whatever it was that made me want to try to capture that somehow on paper. The characters, I just loved. I connected so strongly with the Disney characters, the Disney appeal and the design, and just the way they're animated. So that kicked off a love of drawing, art, film in general, animation, but also just movies in general. So then I went to Cal Arts, which is a school here in Southern California that has a affiliation with Disney Studios, because Walt Disney was one of the founders of the school back in the mid 60s before he passed away. So they have industry professionals teach there, so you get a really good connection with the faculty in the animation program. We're all working professionals, so learned all about animation, storyboarding, had some great connections. So then I left Cal Arts. My first job was Rover Dangerfield, which we talked about earlier. I was an animating assistant on that film, then Bebe's Kids as an animator. The studio was called Hyperion Animation. And so I worked there. And then a couple years at Hyperion, I had the chance. There it is. Oh my goodness.
He's got
I also have it on Laserdisc.
There's one I got to hunt
He's
down.
like, I got one up you.
So worked about 4 years at Hyperion, and then had the opportunity to transition over into Disney Features. One of the directors of Tarzan, his name is Kevin Lima.
Ooh.
Prior to that, he directed the Goofy movie before Tarzan. Prior to that, he worked at Hyperion. So I met him at Hyperion, and he was developing some features there. So we became friends. And so he kind of was instrumental in bringing me over to Disney. Also, the other director, his name was Chris Buck. He was my animation teacher at Cal Arts. So I had the connection with the two directors of Tarzan. And so I was able to jump over to Disney and work on Tarzan.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pinch me moment for sure for me as a Disney kid.
Yeah. I was going to say my son is 20 this year, and he was a big fan of the Meet the Robinsons, for example.
Oh, great.
He came across it later on when he was like 5 or 6 or something. And of course, like when you have little ones and they want to watch it all the time, they want to watch it all the time. So you become like really versed in it and everything. So, but I was going to say 2000. Oh no, it's fine. Actually, it was a good one. It was an entertaining one. It had to be that one and not something else. So, but that was kind of like a good time in animation because you had DreamWorks was pretty big. They were pretty prolific then because you had all these different things they were putting out and stuff. And I mean, was there a lot of competition with them at the time? Because I don't know if they're like as big. Maybe I'm out of the loop with them, but I don't know if they're not as prolific now as they were, because they were just putting out so much cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then they like came across the Minions or something, and that was it. They just did Minion stuff, or no, they didn't. No, they didn't do Minions. That was another studio, but I don't know, it becomes a blur after a while.
They kind of do, because the guy who runs Illumination, who does the Minions movies, now runs DreamWorks also. So there is you're right in kind of connecting those two, because the same guy, Chris Meledandri, is runs both studios. So there is a connection there. Yeah, it was very competitive. There was Disney DreamWorks. There was also Don Bluth had a studio that was making movies pretty regularly. Ralph Bakshi was making films. Like Cool World had come out a few years before, actually the same year as Bebe's Kids. There was a film called Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest, that was also around that time. There were a few big studios, but then there were also smaller productions that would gear up and make features. So it was a lot. And Disney DreamWorks was particularly competitive because, of course, Jeffrey Katzenberg, who ran DreamWorks, used to run Disney, and then was sort of cut out of the loop at Disney and ended up leaving and starting DreamWorks. So then I missed this period just by a little bit when I got to Disney. But prior to me getting there, I mean, when I say there were bidding wars for artists, I mean, they were really like the stuff that people were the things that either of the studios were offering artists to keep them, from leaving was ridiculous. I mean, people were getting signing bonuses just for signing their contract. You get a giant bonus. They were huge contracts, tons of money, tons of years, lots of perks and all that stuff. None of that exists anymore. That's all gone. But to your point about it being competitive between Disney and DreamWorks, it was extremely competitive in like the early to mid 90s. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, like, what's the state of like studio animation now? Like with so much, well, and then we're probably come across this anytime now. AI, like with the influence of AI, and what's that going to do to the art form of, just original animation, just pure, pencil and ink and stuff like that. Like what do you think's going to happen, or what's your prediction being in the industry? What do you think might happen?
I unfortunately don't have a prediction. I run this through my head a lot and I don't know where it's going to go. Obviously everything will come back and everything will be great someday, but the industry in general is in a huge lull right now. Even in live action as well. There's it's changed. Everything's very different. We have a lot of disruptors between streaming. Still nobody knows what to do with that. And everybody thought that was the answer to our prayers during COVID. And then suddenly realized, wait, we don't know how to monetize this. We got a little carried away and we put too much effort into that. Now we're going to pull back. And then AI is another big one too. And neither of those things there's no precedent for either of those things. So I think the biggest challenge is, it will come back, but we can't predict what it's going to look like because we don't know what these things are yet.
Yeah, I hear.
So it's a little weird.
I hear Guillermo del Toro all the time say, fuck AI, basically. And then Nolan is always talking about the importance of physical media in itself.
Yep.
And of course, us being collectors, we always talk about it too, because just as an example, now the movie you've directed is now considered somewhat of an out of print, and kind of getting hard to grab now.
Yeah. And
unless you have it and you try to stream it, but say they don't have the license anymore or something, you kind of are screwed unless you own it.
Yeah. We were going to give a copy of Meet the Robinsons away, but we couldn't find one.
we couldn't find it. I was like, I'm good with the used one, guys. I'm looking anywhere.
Wow. We couldn't find a sealed copy pretty much.
Sealed with a slip cover or something like that. That'd be
right.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a new brand of evil to me, is this notion of studios. I mean, particularly it's been Warner Brothers recently deciding, you know what, we're just gonna take all the Looney Tunes off of HBO Max. Sorry. Or we're gonna wipe out all these animated series. Sorry. Or we're gonna make a movie and then decide, you know what, we'll make a higher profit if we just write it off instead of release it. So we're just not going to release it. We're just going to dump it and write it off.
Girl.
I can't. That to me is like, I don't know what to make of that. That's I can't mark my head around that.
I think what Disney should have done was, I think what Disney should have done is not started Disney Plus their own and just sold their stuff to Netflix, and it kind of helped out Netflix and Disney instead of having this big war, and instead it had more of a consolidated, because they spent so much money on their infrastructure. Now they can't make up just like going back to what you said, they can't figure out how to monetize it. Yeah. And also what they figured out goes back to, like Charlie and you were talking about, physical media. It's just, that's how a lot of these failed movies. I just watched a video on YouTube last night for Grandma's Boy, the Adam Sandler movie. It came out when it was a really good movie, but when it came out, it kind of flopped. It only made $5 million. It had like $8 or $10 million. It had a small budget, but it made $100 million in DVD sales.
Mhm.
So it was, yeah. So they tried to go into streaming and fall away from physical media, and they learned real quick. That's why a lot of people were saying back in the late 2010s there that physical media was dying, and it kind of was, because the big companies had started to pull away, but then they realized around COVID, it's like, oh no, we're losing money hand and fist. Why are we doing this? And I think they may have figured out that it was physical media that was making up these margins that they were losing at the box office. Something could become a cult hit and make a ton of money on the back end. So
I think we're in a really kind of cool spot right now, because I think all the studios went all in during COVID for streaming. And I mean, you saw your big retailers, Target, Best Buy, they all dropped physical media. Now, I mean, honestly, I live in a semi-small town in Middle Tennessee. I can go either direction less than 20 miles, and I've got 2 to 3 brand new small mom and pop owned video stores now.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, this feels good. Like, I've been to both of them. It feels like stepping back in the day.
Yeah.
I think it's coming back. I think everybody's tired of not knowing where to go to see a movie on streaming, not knowing when it's going to be there, when it's going to disappear.
Yeah.
We were sold this bill of goods, ditch that high bill cable bill and go streaming. Well, now streaming, in order to get all the movies that you could just go buy one time and be done with it, you've got to stream several different services. And now you're triple what your cable bill used to be, if you even remember what your cable bill was.
Yeah.
And we've got a question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, were you finished, Jody? I apologize. So.
I'm pretty much wrapped up. I'm just psyched for physical media.
Yeah.
We got a question here from Good Day with Jay. As a story artist on Tarzan, what was one of the trickiest storytelling or character moments you worked on, and how did the sequence evolve from the early boards to the final film?
I would give a answer that not necessarily was something specific, a specific sequence I worked on, but just as an overall thing for the movie. I think I'm not alone in saying that in the final film, the animation, like Tarzan as a character, is really dynamic and really interesting. The way he's animated, the surfing down the trees, and the way all the animators got all the animalistic kind of behavior, curling the knuckles and furrowing the brows like a gorilla, or running like a cheetah, or they brought so much specificity to his body language, because he's pretty much a nonverbal character, and that animation just sold that, made such a visual and physical statement with that character. Well, the challenge with storyboarding is we're not animators, and so there's only so much of that kind of thing that we can get in our boards, because storyboarding was really about just simply telling the story and then giving it to all the other production departments, and they're going to make it sing. So for a couple screenings in the development of the film, when it was all in storyboards, Tarzan was the weakest character in the whole movie, because the other characters were talking, and we could board that, and we could do that, and we were still drawing Tarzan, on all fours with knuckles curled and all that stuff. But again, it's a story sketch, and it's not animation. It does not have the benefit of draftsmanship and of timing and of movement. And there's just nothing story artists can do to achieve that, or to replicate that. So it wasn't until animation started getting cut in that we all went, oh, wait, ooh, wow, he's really cool now. He's really interesting. He's really unique and different, totally different kind of Tarzan than what we've ever seen. So it's really the power of those animators, those actors. They just brought that character to life. And again, sometimes we hate to admit it as storyboard artists, but it's like, yeah, we have limits. There's only so much we can really do. And storyboard versions are just a work in progress. They're just a placeholder for the production departments.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remembered. I know I forgot about this a minute ago when we were talking about Laserdisc, but there was a pretty cool Laserdisc of Beauty and the Beast, and it was just it was the sketch one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like pencil. The whole thing was like pencil, like it was a work in progress or something.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty cool for the time to put something out like that.
Yes, that's right.
That kind of gives somebody that wants to be an animator kind of like, wow, okay, take all the color out and the detail, and like, let's look at, it was.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I wasn't the biggest. I mean, I was a guy. I was a preteen boy, so I wasn't like big on Beauty and the Beast, but I found that part like fascinating. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's how we make the movies. It's a constant evolution. It starts off with all storyboards, and then like you saw in that, and kind of like what I was talking about, animation gets cut in, final color gets cut in. All the different departments, when they get their hands on it and they start putting their part of the their piece of the puzzle together. Then that keeps getting cut in. We use these work reels as the movies develop. So that was also kind of cool for people to see. Oh, that's a real artifact from a production. That's what it looks like. That's what an animated movie looks like.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of like the whole Tarzan, the animation that you were saying with him go like surfing the tree lines, basically. I remember seeing behind the scenes of Aladdin, and they were talking about how it was kind of revolutionary because they were attempting something I guess they hadn't done before, and it was when he was on the carpet, escaping basically from the Cave of Wonders. That certain scene, like certain computer CGI work with hand drawn, mixed together, and that was really fun to see in the theater. So that just made me think of that when you mentioned Tarzan going down the tree lines.
Yeah, and they had come up with a new tool, which I don't know all the technical aspects of it, but it was called Deep Canvas, and they invented this for Tarzan. So it was still doing the hand drawn with CG environments like you're talking about, but they figured out a way that they could actually wrap an actual painting around the CG elements, so they didn't look like CG. Sometimes in those earlier versions, you kind of tell that it's CG, it's not hand drawn, or there's a sort of a look to it. Well, this way they were able to marry the painted backgrounds with the CG stuff even more. So if you look at those scenes in Tarzan, you'll see that all the stuff that CG actually has, the brush strokes actually follow the contour of that, those tree branches, for example. So that was kind of cool too. They developed that new technology.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I saw that you worked on Tangled.
A little bit. I worked on a pre-Tangled version.
Did you?
But yes.
That and I forget what they call it. That horse in that movie.
Yeah.
That's my favorite character of all time. It's like,
yeah, that was
facial expressions on that.
That was interesting. That was an interesting movie.
Yeah. I will give a shout out to my good friend. His name is Mark Kennedy, and he was the head of story on Tangled, among many films at Disney. He was one of the storyboard artists on that film. He did most of he kind of developed Maximus in storyboard form. He was also an animator years prior, so he uses his animation knowledge in his boards, and he really kind of laid that foundation of Maximus. All that, almost like a dog, like the way he kind of almost acts like a dog, sniffing the ground and all that stuff. That was all Mark, and he did that all on his board. So, kudos to Mark Kennedy.
That's awesome. And we were talking about movies that we watched over and over again with our children. Bolt was in my house.
Oh yeah.
That was on repeat for quite some time.
Yeah.
What a fun movie.
I was getting ready to say, I'd say many of those movies you probably know by heart.
Yeah.
Some of them, it was weird because like Bolt and Tangled, for example, some of those I got a credit because I just came in to help out for a couple months with some boards. So most of I don't think anything I did, certainly not in there's nothing that left of mine in Tangled because it was a totally different version of the movie. I don't think most of what I boarded in Bolt is even in the movie anymore. Same with Frozen 2, Moana. The one that I have a sequence in that's actually still in the movie is Wreck-It Ralph. That was one that I actually got sequence in the movie, even though I only worked on it for a couple months.
I was gonna say, out of the list, Wreck-It Ralph, I remember watching and it might be on the disc, but like pre-storyboard, that was a totally different movie at one time.
Yeah,
they were going off on a whole other adventure that never even came to the film.
Yeah. I don't know how much they talk about it in there, but it was actually a completely different director.
Oh wow!
Once upon a time, who pitched his idea. It was called Joe Jump, and he was almost more like a Pac-Man kind of character. So he was a little graphic kind of guy. Totally different movie. And then the studio took it from him, gave it to a different director who turned it into basically what Wreck-It Ralph is now. But yeah, it started life very different, which some of the times that happens with these movies.
Oh yeah.
I was going to ask you, like, you know, we usually stay and watch credits at the theater, and then for a hidden something, you know, afterwards. But there's so many people credited. Like how is that? Like, how do they break that down? Like, how do people get compensated? Because it seems like there's like 1,000 people in the credits now. During anything with computer stuff anymore, that's, you know, a lot. But sometimes you just see like 20 minutes of credits, and it's like, man, that is a lot of people to make this 2-hour movie. You know.
Yeah.
Some form or another, they did something. You know, like.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about Disney animation, still to this day, knock on laptop, we still do everything in our building. We're one of the few animation studios left that is referred to as a vertically integrated studio, meaning from the germ of an idea to the wrap party, it's all done in our building. So most of the people on those credits are full-time employees of our studio. Some of them aren't. Sometimes we bring in people to kind of help in a crunch. So they're would be called like run of show. So they just are hired for that particular show, and then they would move on to other things. Obviously, people like actors, composers, they just come on for a short period of time and do their part of it. So they're not full-time hires. But basically, all those people that you see, for the most part, are employees. They're Disney employees, and so that's their day job.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Yeah. That's cool that they still do that.
Yeah. Excuse me. I was coughing. Jay had another question here. He said, was there a scene or idea early on in Wreck-It Ralph that got dropped or heavily reworked that you still think about?
I'm not sure I have an answer to that, only because I was a short timer on it. And so I don't remember a lot of the different iterations. I mean, other than what I was just saying, like the drastically different version, there was that. But well, there was a there was a version at one point where King Candy, spoiler, was not like that. What was his name? I forget there was a reveal that he was actually another villain.
Yeah.
I can't remember the character.
I can't remember. I can see his face, but I can't remember what they called him.
Yeah, he was a racer in another game or something like that. That was not always in there. It was just King Candy was just King Candy. So there wasn't that kind of villain reveal. But that's about all I can think of.
Been moments since I've watched Wreck-It Ralph. I was going to ask a question about directing Meet the Robinsons. Like, you'd have to go in and direct the voice cast, right? Mm-hmm. Basically, on how to deliver the line. Like, it has to be like said this certain way. What was that experience like, and what are some of your best memories from it?
I mean, we were kind of, as I hinted at before, and not to make everything a love fest, but so lucky with the cast that we had, because they were all, hey, Ian, they were all just great collaborators. What I really love out of what I think works great for animation is when you have people, not exclusively, but I think actors that have a theater background or some kind of sketch comedy or improv background work great for animation, because they're used to creating big performances. They're used to projecting. They're used to creating very sharply drawn characters, sometimes extreme, like in sketch comedy, they're really broad kinds of characters. So those actors were great. Oftentimes a great actor, a great cinematic actor, is not always a great voice actor, because they're using their body. It's like the opposite of Tarzan that we were just talking about. Those actors use their body, their physical presence, and that's where their charisma comes from. When you get them in front of the microphone and take all that away and it's just their voice, sometimes there's just not enough that pokes through. But I loved the cast. Trying to think of a fun memory. I mean, they were all great. I mean, we as you know, there's a Tom Selleck joke in Meet the Robinsons. You know this joke, and we actually cast Tom Selleck to do a role in the film as sort of an in-joke to that. So getting to work with Magnum PI was kind of cool as
Right?
a child of the 80s, as somebody who watched.
And I thought I recognized, the voice. I was like, wait, is that him?
That's him. So that was cool. And he was lovely. He was amazing. He was just charming and kind and just great. And I guess on the improv front, talking about actors that improvise, we had a actor named Harland Williams, who was the voice of Carl the robot.
Love that dude.
Harland is a freak, in the best way. Stand-up comedy, also tons of acting jobs and just incredible comedy performance. And that guy's brain is like, the way it works, I can't even fathom. So people like that, it's great, because he would do what's on the page, and then I would say, just go, just play, just screw around, and he would just like go off on these tangents. And a lot of times we would use them because they were really funny. So we'd say, hey, what he just improvised is so much funnier than what we wrote. Let's just do that. Yeah, it was fun.
I was gonna say, you like work with different, like you're saying, live actors and stuff. I know Robin Williams was like such a man. He really brought Disney, like, I don't know, he really brought Disney out in the 90s, just with Aladdin and stuff. Like, I mean, did you ever get to meet him or work with him or like deal
Sadly,
with
no.
Yeah.
No.
Because you were talking about animated guys and stuff. He could just do whatever, just anything, broad, like you said, broad comedy and just.
Yeah, and tons of ad-libbing. I mean, the Genie, so much of that was ad-lib, was just him just going nuts in front of the microphone. And, it's not required for voice actors for animation, but when you get people like that who can make it their own and kind of like filter what you wrote through their thing and spit it out in a really unique place that we would never be able to come up with that. Only that brain could come up with that. That's really special. That's what's great.
I agree with that. I was about to say, doesn't and please correct me if I'm wrong, Harlan, he was the voice of King Candy, wasn't he, in Wreck-It Ralph?
No, that was Alan Tudyk.
Oh
yeah.
I seem to mix people up on that stuff sometimes.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, he's pretty cool too, Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk's done a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harlan was the cop in Dumb and Dumber who drank the bottle of pee.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he's in Down Periscope and bunch of stuff. He shows up all the time on Kill Tony now. He's a guest all the time.
He has a funny podcast too. Yeah. I've seen clips from it. Yeah.
He was in How High?
No, the
No, Half Baked. Sorry,
Half baked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
there
yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rocket Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it something like? Was it a Bubble Boy or no? It was
Bubble
Rocket
Boy.
Man, I think, or
Yeah.
something like that. No, Rocket Man. I think it's what.
It was Rocket Man where he blew up his spacesuit because he farted in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wanda.
He's a trip, man.
I've
Yeah.
seen. I was wanting to
Mhm.
shout out Bubba here. He's in the audience. I think you've seen that when I pulled it up earlier.
Yep.
He had a couple of comments there. He was saying, I was say, hey, he said, hey to me and Charlie, but, oh, there it is. I'm sorry. Said you're amazing no matter what, Steve.
Thank you, sir. Likewise. Back at you.
Well, has there been any other Disney projects that you've been kind of pushing that you would like to direct it and do some more on that in the directing field of it?
Employee of the month. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, nothing that I could talk about. Things that I pitched that haven't
come
gone
on.
anywhere. Nothing at the moment. I mean, I'm back with Disney. I left Disney for a couple years, but I'm back working on a new Princess and the Frog special for Disney Plus.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
But I have pitched ideas and developed them for a while, and then as we all have heard our stories about development hell, they're true. So not everything survives, but yeah, I'll keep pitching and keep trying to make more stuff.
You ever find the rooms that they go in to talk about making a classic animation into live action? You ever find those rooms, just put your head in and just be like, please
Lord.
stop. Just please stop. And then just leave.
I don't know where those rooms are, but yeah, you're right. I should find them, and I should, I don't know what, lock the door so nobody can get away, or none of them can get out, and so they can't affect anything out in the real world or something. Yeah.
I'm making suggestions. Can you stop?
we should have,
stop, please.
We should have had Lauren here tonight. Lauren started on that.
Oh yeah,
man.
Lauren will go off on that shit.
Yeah, big proponent of against reboots, remakes, but she's a big Harry Potter fan, and she's not happy that they're doing the whole thing on HBO Max and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess I get it, but I wish we didn't rely on it so much. I wish it was more of an anomaly than the norm. Like every now and then, I mean, there's always been remakes. Do it every now and then, remake something that's interesting. But I feel like that's the only thing people do. It almost feels like these days.
Yeah, the going from animation to live action seems like the ultimate. We've ran out of ideas.
Yes.
It's like
Agreed.
It's like there's so many of us out here. Just call some of us. We can give you good ideas.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I know. Then this, LA is full of them. They're running. There's ideas coming out the whatever. I mean, everybody's got an idea. There's got to be something out there.
I'm kind of hoping, kind of toward our giveaway tonight. This Obsession movie. I mean, you've got that. You've got Backrooms. There's another film I can't remember the title of, coming from these, online creators.
Yeah,
giving them barely any money and then bringing home triple the profits.
Yeah,
I really need that to be seen quickly by these studios.
Yeah,
and you don't need to spend Number one, you don't need to spend stupid amount of money to get a great film, and number two, you don't need to go back and revisit, revamp all these older things. You don't just there's ideas out there. Just go find the people and give them the money. You don't have to give them tons of money. They can get it done and bring you back so much in profit.
Yeah, that was a great win for original content. Those two films that you mentioned. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know that there was a movie that I personally enjoyed. I want to say either 2009 or maybe 2010, around there. It was an independent film. Not many people really would probably hear of it. Called White Irish Drinkers. I don't know if anybody here.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, the guy who plays the general in Avatar, and the movies don't. He was in. He plays a dad. Kind of plays an alcoholic father. Who was kind of a jerk to his kids and things of that nature. And but it's a dramatic film. and I watched it, and of course I'm hearing the name White Irish Drinkers. I'm like, oh, what's this about? And very different from So, but it was really good in my opinion.
Yeah.
And films like that I'm just like, give these more room.
Yeah, I agree. I saw there was a William Joyce Meet the Robinsons question that I suddenly.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Yep.
I was
Sorry,
waiting for you guys to
not
get
to
done
take
talking.
over. I'm not
No,
the
you're
host.
good.
Sorry.
No, you're absolutely fine. I'm good. I pulled it up earlier, then you were talking. I just
Okay.
pulled it back down. Okay, this is Good Day with Jay again. He said, last one, sorry. He said, how much did William Joyce's book influence the final film? And what were the biggest changes you made while doing it?
Right. Well, as far as biggest changes, Bill's book is a lovely, charming little story about a kid who has no name, who goes over to his friend Wilbur Robinson's house and meets his crazy family, and then goes home, spends the night and goes home. And that's really great, but we had to create much more of a story around that, so that there was more of a narrative and a structure to it. So that's where the whole time travel thing came from, the adoption thing, and trying to give a little more of a structure to that story. But Bill's book, I still have my dog-eared, post-it noted copy of it. We were constantly looking at it. Anything we could pull from the book and get in the movie, we would do. And there is stuff that we did put in there in other versions, but then couldn't fit in. Like we just continually tried to do that. And the great thing was that Bill Joyce came on to our movie. He was an executive producer on it.
Oh, wow.
He came on, I'm going to say, like a year into our development. Once we finally got the green light to go into production, we brought him on. And he was a hugely positive, supportive collaborator on the film. He did tons of drawings for us for time machine ideas, future city ideas, character ideas. We would send him our designs. He would draw over them. He would send us his designs. We would draw over them. He came out. He lives in Shreveport, Louisiana. He came out, I think, to LA for most of our screenings. Whenever we had our big kind of workshop screenings for our studio, he was there, and he was giving us notes, and we would brainstorm with him for a while after that. So he's very involved, and we did everything we could to be as faithful as possible to his book. Again, we had to make a movie out of it, so there's always going to be adaptation. It's just inevitable. But yeah, it was very, very important to the development of the story.
And I want to say that this is my fault for not saying this earlier. He won't be able to stay the full 2 hours. At least
sorry.
he's able to stay for an hour and a half, so about 20-ish minutes left. So anybody who's in the comment section, be sure to ask your questions as quick as you can. Before it's time to run out.
Good. We do have a question from Bubba.
Yeah, that was my. Oh, what was his question?
Bubba wants
Favorite
to know.
movie of all time.
There you go.
I hate that question, but go ahead.
Oh, it's so hard.
Yeah.
I sort of have a top three. I'll give my top
There
three.
you go.
Raiders of the Lost Ark,
All right.
Amadeus, and Brazil. Terry Gilliam's Brazil.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I have so many more. It's really hard to say one over the other. Those are sort of like, I'll put those all kind of in my top three. Yeah, those are kind of my top.
Yeah, I was going to say Amadeus. That's personal favorite. I don't know. It's a huge movie, but it seems like it doesn't get a lot of
Recognition.
Acknowledgement.
Yeah, because it's got the music, it's got the performances, the whole look of the film. It's just like was it Milos Forman, right?
Milos Forman, yeah.
Yeah. Well, quickly, I was going to ask you. Everybody has a passion project. Is there something you've thought of your whole life that if you could do it, you could a story and animate it and bring it to life? I mean, is there anything that you want to give away? Like, you don't want to give it away and somebody snatches your ideal, but is there like a passion project that, you know, something you would love to do, animate?
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's one in particular, and it's funny because it's not even like a really big idea. But many years ago. So one thing they do out here in LA is we have brush fires all the time because everything's so dry. And so one of the ways they try to prevent that is they bring these herds of goats to just eat the grass on the hillside. On hillsides, people will just hire herds of goats. So I had the story about these goats that become firefighters, basically, that save people's lives because they just eat grass on the hill. It's a very simple idea. It's a little more like a Dumbo or a 101 Dalmatians kind of idea, which I really love those types of movies. So this idea would be more simple plot, just a very character forward story, just between relationships and you know, those characters. But someday maybe I'll get to do that. Maybe I'll turn it into a children's book or something someday, and at least if I could do that, and then maybe make a movie someday.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that has a lot of possibilities. You know, all the different maybe goat characters or something.
Yeah,
you know, different.
I like the idea of a children's book. I definitely like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, there's always I've got a bunch of things that are always percolating. Yeah.
Right now.
Do you ever run out, like, get writer's block, or you just cannot get over the hump? You're trying to solve some kind of issue while you're animating, or over the production, and something's just not working, and you just like, what? How do you remedy that? Like, just step away or come back to it, or just what do you?
Step away is definitely the biggest, the one of the key things to do. I think if anyone ever finds themselves blocked or feeling paralyzed about moving forward with whatever task they're doing, stepping away and taking a break is always a good thing. Certainly for creativity, bringing some fresh eyes into the room. Say, I'm stuck. Can you look at this? Can you look at my storyboard, or can you read my script, or can you watch our movie? Whatever it is, can you just give me some fresh eyes? Because my eyes have gotten stale. That's always really good. Sometimes,
what that means.
From a drawing standpoint, this might be getting a little too in the weeds, but oftentimes when I find myself struggling with drawing, it's because I'm getting too focused on the detail, and I'm putting the final product before I'm looking at the final product too much, and I'm not discovering this drawing as I'm going. So a lot of times, if you're drawing with a pen, get a fat Sharpie and start drawing. If you're drawing with a fat Sharpie, get a really fat marks a lot and draw with it. If you're drawing with a pencil, get a pen instead. Sometimes changing up your tools, and even if even that could be writing, that could be acting, that could be whatever. Just making a change in process oftentimes kind of blows the dust off your brain a little bit and goes, oh, okay, I kind of can recalibrate. Because a lot of times with drawing, it's because I'm getting too noodly. And if I go up a size, or if I'm drawing digitally, if I take the brush thing and I just put it all the way up to the fattest setting, I can't noodle. I can't detail. I can't get into the detail because I just physically can't, because the brush is too fat. It forces me to think simply and think clearly, think about the big picture. Once I can figure that out, then I can go in with a finer tip brush and get into the detail. But my brain is going too far ahead too fast, if that makes any sense. Sorry, that was a big
yeah, well, that's like everyday life sometimes, you know.
I think it does apply.
You know, like, you just need to relax and maybe, like you said, step back a little bit and just kind of like, okay, unplug for a second, and then that makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they say just breathe.
Well, if they ever wanted to make a live action Meet the Robinsons and said, "Hey, would you come in and just sit down with us and talk about it?" Would it even be something that you'd be like, "All right, I would entertain this idea. Let's chat," or just be like, "Why don't y'all just let me make a sequel animated?"
Yeah, I mean that would be my preference first.
Right.
Would be can we stay in animation? Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I was invited to brainstorm or give ideas or give feedback on a script or something, I would absolutely do it. I love these characters. I love that world, and I would love to continue to play in that sandbox. So for sure.
Yeah, word around town is we're going to get a live action Jetsons here soon. So maybe if that
That's
shows
true.
success, they might come knocking on your door, be like, "Hey, how about that?"
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. I mean, Speed Racer.
Stone, so
What
Yeah.
How do you feel? Because I'm a big fan of anime, but how do you feel about that? And how do you feel that that's affected the American animation market?
I mean, I think it's great. I'm all for anything. All entertainment is great, and I love that there's something for everybody. I haven't watched a lot of anime. The closest, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Miyazaki, so I've watched his movies. That's about as close or as anime adjacent as I've gotten. But great. It is definitely, it's funny because at Disney now in the story department, as I see the story department now is relatively young-ish. So I'm seeing a whole different generation, and you can see in their boards, the way they storyboard, the way they draw, what their influences are, just in how they tell a story, the shots they choose, or the way they draw characters, poses, expressions, whatever. And it is predominantly anime. It's definitely become so mainstream now that like when my generation, when I was in CalArts, we were all Disney nuts. Not exclusively, but the major influence was Disney or maybe Looney Tunes or some Hanna-Barbera. You know, there were different, but American animation and kind of mainstream animation. But now it's very different. Now it is anime, which is great. I mean, you know,
Whatever keeps it going.
Great. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you can't stop people from drawing from their influences. We don't always choose what we're influenced by because we sort of a product of just what comes across us, or what we come across, or what, you know. So we can't control that. So we're defined by those things that we see and that we absorb into our brains. So great, you know.
Well, it kind of, I was kind of thinking about earlier, probably back in your day. Well, I mean, you're not much older than me or Mike, but what I was getting at is kind of the '80s, the late '70s and '80s were kind of the dawn of, you know, the Americanization, or when they brought anime over, manga and anime started being circulated, because before then it was hard to get. And I mean, it's still hard now to get older stuff, but we were talking about Laserdisc earlier. That was one of the earliest ways people got Akira
right
here. And they, you know, they had to get the Japanese version, and they were doing their own subtitling and stuff. And that was a big underground thing with anime, like the big underground anime. There was all these people who were, I can't think of what they call themselves, but it was like the videotape underground with anime, but they were doing all this stuff themselves, like titling them, and they were getting them. And then because people would talk about, they would get so many copies of them. By the time they got to watch it, it would be all fuzzy. Couldn't see it for so much copying, you know, but that's how it got circulated in the early days, you know?
Right.
So, but that kind of started, but I heard early on about the Akira, people would check it out from like their college library. They would usually have like Laserdisc collections, and they would check it out from there and then copy it and dub it. Or that's the first way. They wouldn't even they would watch it, not even watch it with subtitles. They just watch it because the animation's so amazing, you know, in all that stuff. So that's how it kind of got started.
That reminds me, some of the first Miyazaki movies I saw were on Laserdisc, and they weren't subtitled either. And they was kind of weird because I didn't really know what they were. I had seen one or two of them in Cal Arts. One of my teachers had shown, I think it was Laputa, the Castle in the Sky, and Totoro.
Yeah.
So I'd seen those, but then I found them on Laserdisc, and then I found Kiki's Delivery Service and a bunch of the other ones. And yeah, for many years, my wife and I would just watch the Japanese versions and kind of go, well, it's so the storytelling is so great. You can sort of, I kind of know what's going on. So other than the nuances of, and subtleties inside the dialogue, I can still enjoy this. I can still watch it. But yeah, that's funny that I've forgotten about that. Not subtitled at all.
Have you ever
Well,
seen
it's kinda
Future Boy Conan? Oh, I'm sorry. No.
I was going to say about like silent movie, like you had to see the expression and
Yeah.
the detail, and you could the eyes, a lot about the eyes and stuff. So
Yeah.
I could almost see that. Almost, you could kind of get an idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
emotionally or something. But
Yeah. And again, there would be specifics of like names and places and things that I'm not getting, but you could sort of follow the basic arc of it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I have a question. When it comes to live action, the remakes that they've done recently, is there like a certain one that stands out more where you're like, that actually wasn't bad for a live action adaptation?
No, because I have not seen most of them.
Oh, okay. My answer.
I just sort of look the other way.
Yeah.
Sadly,
Which is
the one that I did, unfortunately, sit down and say I'm going to watch this thing was Pinocchio.
Oh,
and I thought that was an abomination.
Yeah, I saw
And
it
I
myself.
don't mean that. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I mean, I was just offended by that movie. I could not believe it, and especially because it was coming from Robert Zemeckis. So, yeah.
There's a horror Pinocchio coming up. You can go see that.
Oh yeah, I've seen
the Guillermo
trailer
del
for that.
Toro was pretty good
Yeah.
though.
The whole horrification of Disney now too. We're getting
Oh, I know, isn't it
with
great?
all that whole series of Winnie the Pooh.
Screamboat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Winnie the
There's
Pooh
going to be
and
like
all.
a collective like Avengers movie too. So like they're going to bring them all together into this one big massive movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
gonna be.
But they called it the Pooniverse.
It's the Pooniverse.
What
What
did
you
you
think?
think about the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio? I thought
Me?
it was pretty good. Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you watch that?
I've only seen parts of it. I didn't see the whole thing, but I loved the look of it.
It's weird. They came out. I think they came out the same year. That's weird.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Disney live action Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Live action Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was
we had-
mentioning. I was mentioning earlier. Future Boy Conan. Have you? I think you shook your head yes, but you've seen that. That's Miyazaki.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen
Yeah,
it. No.
it's
Yeah.
good. It's its first it's a series. So it's it was actually a TV series. So it's really good.
We're getting close on his leaving time. Was there any more questions in the chat, John?
Well, yeah, Bubba had a couple for you. He said, "What was your favorite character from Meet the Robinsons?"
Definitely Lewis, just because I relate to him so much. Yeah, I just really got that kid.
Yeah.
I wrote and boarded a lot of his sequences as well. So feel very much kinship with Lewis.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mine's the T-Rex.
Good. Good. Every character needs a fan.
I do like when he's on his back kicking. When they look over at him and he's like on his back. That's after he's kind of been defeated. After he's mind control is over with. He's over like kind of on his back. Like kind of a cat on the back. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. I love that movie. I mean, hell, it's in my collection. Of course, I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
Hey. I
And I
appreciate
can't
it.
say I do have a 3 coming up on 4-year-old. She sat down and she does not sit and watch things, but she did sit and watch the movie from start to
Really?
finish.
Wow.
It was great. She was
That's
glued
amazing.
in.
That's incredible.
Nice.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Yep, it's still getting the kids. It's still getting them.
Wow.
Love it.
I mean, that's all we can ask for, is that at least it holds somebody's attention. The movies
That's
that we
right.
make.
No matter how old, no matter how young.
Exactly. If you've touched one person,
That's
you've
right.
done your job.
Exactly. Totally agree with you. Thank you, Stephen, so much for joining us this evening.
Hey, thank you guys. It was really fun. This
Yeah.
was great. This was a great time. I really enjoyed meeting all of you, and the chat has been fun. I'm sorry that I have to duck out, but what a blast. Thanks a bunch.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
no
Thanks
problem.
for
for being
coming.
on.
We greatly appreciate it. And like we tell all
Yeah.
of our guests, you're welcome back anytime.
I would love
Especially
that.
when you got some new projects you'd like to announce. Come on by and we'll chat
Great.
about them.
I'll bring my stack of Laserdiscs next time.
No, we'll do it.
Excellent.
I'll be prepared.
Definitely.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
We'll make it a Laserdisc show.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Let's do that.
There we go.
I love that. Oh my gosh. That'd be so
All
much
right.
fun.
Thank you, Stephen. You have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Have a good one.
All
Well, that
right.
was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. If you're just joining
Yeah.
us, we just said
Yeah.
goodbye to Stephen there, but we are still doing the giveaway. We got a
Yes.
giveaway tonight. We got Obsession 4K. Tell John you won on the wheel. If you're watching us on Instagram, which fun fact, I forgot to press go live. If you're watching us on Instagram, just tell me you won on the wheel. We were sitting there, we were like a good hour in. And I was like, oh shit. So you missed our guest, my bad. But if you're watching on John's Instagram, you saw the whole damn thing. But my Instagram, sorry, not so much. But if you want on the Wheel of Death tonight for the Obsession 4K from our good friends at Valeria Video, just let me know. We'll get you on the wheel. We probably got about 20 more minutes before we spin the wheel. How many names we got on the wheel, John?
We have 9 right now. It's not bad.
9 wheel. Did you get Charlie on there? Charlie wants on the wheel.
Yes,
Did you get
Charlie
okay,
is
so
on
we got
there.
9.
Yes.
Charlie's on the wheel. All right, good job, Charlie. I feel good about it tonight, Charlie.
Yes. I'm sorry, Bubba. I missed you over on Instagram. He was on Instagram, and I looked up, and I had like 8 messages from him over there. So,
Oh shit.
so I'm sorry he had to join over here for I know. So I'm bad. I was bad about that. It was a good interview. When I get listening to somebody,
Yeah.
I kind of forget to look over that chat.
Yeah. That was a
I
good
need to-
interview. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a good time.
That really was. That I'm gonna say this by far was one of my favorite ones that we've done.
You got me hyped on the Laserdisc. We're going to have him back for a Laserdisc show.
Yeah, if you noticed, he was actually excited for that. He's like, "Hell yeah, we'll
So
do that."
excited.
He just needed somebody to talk to you about it. That's
Yeah. He wasn't
Yeah,
prepared.
sweet.
He was like, "Oh, my Laserdisc in the other room. I wasn't prepared for this."
Oh.
Hey, I only got 2, but it counts.
Which 2 do you have? Do I know this?
Yes,
Oh yeah, you do have the Crow.
and the Crow City Avengers.
See, I think have I found both of those yet?
I want to show this to Mike.
I have.
Do you have? I'm sure you have this one, Mike, but this is a good one. This was Ron Howard's first. It was his first directorial debut. It's a
I don't
Roger
see
Corman movie. He worked
Yeah.
for Roger. He was he was working for Roger Corman's studio, but he made this. But it's like a car chase movie. It's called Grand Theft Auto.
that. Nice.
No, I don't have that one actually. That's probably a rare Laserdisc there. I've never seen that anywhere. Like,
I think it's in widescreen too. I can't.
it probably is, but
I feel
Yeah, there
bad
was a
for
bunch
Lauren
of-
that she wasn't able to show up because I know she was kind of excited to. She wanted to meet the director. She did.
Oh yeah,
She's
she was ready to chat.
oh man, she would have went off about the whole
yes,
Disney remakes and stuff.
yeah, she would have.
I think.
But-
I think Charlie would appreciate this. So one of my mini goals in my Laserdisc collection is I'm gonna do a good John Candy collection, and I'm doing really good. But I did score Cool Runnings.
That's a good.
Nice. I feel like I just need to collect Laserdisc. I don't need the player. I just need the.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine. And I mean, occasionally you can
That's what
find
most
like
people.
there's several players out there right now that I've seen listed on Facebook that are like $200-$300, which is about in the ballpark right now for a good Pioneer.
That's-
Okay.
according to like vinyl records, I mean, that's what most people collect them anyways, if you just want it for the artwork. But that's what people are pretty much collecting vinyl, because vinyl, like if you look at the kind of the charts and the numbers on them, like they're like selling really well. They're selling, but when you look into what people are buying, I'm sorry, my mic sounds bad. I'm screwing around with it.
You sound good
It
on mine.
doesn't. Okay. But when you poll them and find out what they're watching it for, they're not they're not listening to the vinyl. They're buying it for artwork. Basically, they're just buying it to collect, which is fine. But yeah, that's kind of how Laserdiscs are. You don't have to watch them, even though I don't know if you've got to sit down and watch many, Jody. But there was something when I first watched them. What drew me into it was there's something. I don't know. Something felt cinematic to it more, where it's like an analog. The video's still an analog, but you still got the good audio. There was just something about it that made me want to go back and watch a lot of the older movies I've watched.
Yeah,
just to see just to kind of find out how they felt. It just something felt real, because some of them weren't cleaned up either, so you still get the scratches and stuff, like the old film scratches and stuff on them. They hadn't really got into a lot of digital restoration at that point in time. So
yeah, I think if you got it like a projector in your home theater type, I think that could kind of mimic that. Yeah, a good one, good setup. I think.
Well, see, man, I've got footage of me like going to get the initial collection. I've got footage of me like coming back, and then I started like video, and every time I bought some, so I've got like separate videos of me flipping through, but I've bought so much. I'm just to the point, like if I make a video now and post it, there's going to be even more to show off. And like, so now I've got all these Laserdiscs. So I almost need to just sit down and do like a whole damn thing, or maybe a part 1, part 2, part 3, just showing off everything. Cause I've found a lady, very nice lady on Facebook. I think she's helping her dad sell the collection, something to that effect. And I sent her my wish list, basically, which again, a bunch of movies that apparently I just have to sell off a child in order to afford. And I sent her the list, and she was like, I might have some of these. And then for like the next like 2 weeks, she would send me this like random flip through videos. And I'd see some stuff. I'm like, crap, I got freaking Gleaming the Cube on Laserdisc from her.
Wow.
And so like I got a decent stack from her. And she was like, how about $60? And I was like, okay, $60. You got freaking Clerks now. I got to get that. And and so I was cool. And I was like, well, just and then I was like, send me a list of all the ones that I've told you to pull, just so I know what's coming. She sent me back freaking Mallrats. God damn it, John. And so she sent me back the list, which included all the ones I've said in the flip. But little did I know she had some of the movies from my wish list that were included in this $60, and one of them was freaking Monster Squad.
Oh,
so
wow.
Nice.
Monster Squad on Laserdisc, which apparently I'm not supposed to own that because everybody wants stupid money for that movie. So basically, the Monster Squad's worth more than what I paid for the whole damn stack. So God bless people.
That's a good one. So all those are really good.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to have a Gleaming the Cube. That'd be a cool one.
Yeah.
There was a guy on Whatnot. I don't know if his show was tonight or tomorrow night. He's got one. I think I can't remember.
Yeah,
if it was
I'm not paying.
now.
I'm not paying more than $1 for it.
Yeah, I know. That's the killer part. The guys on Whatnot, they know what they got. That's what I loved about finding that Ernest Goes to Jail. That was in that what was it, 1,200 Laserdiscs some dude sold to The Great Escape here locally.
Yeah.
And they kind of knew what they had on some, especially if it was Criterion. If it was Criterion, they knew what they had. But they had $1.99 on that Ernest movie. I was like, what?
Yeah. Those looked pretty neat too. They didn't look tore up a lot.
No, man, those are clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
do you have those sitting there?
Which I've got a
Those ones you
decent
just
stack.
mentioned, I'd like to see. I just want to see what that cover art looks like on Gleaming the Cube.
The Gleaming the
I've
Cube.
seen
I need to go grab that one.
Yeah.
That one's out in the movie room here. I did get this. Super stoked about this. Look out. Last Starfighter.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
That's just what's so great about the art. You get the full picture
get
that
the
you didn't
full
really
thing.
get on the You didn't get on the VHS cover, really, or
That is kind of one
easy
of the things.
easier to comprehend. You know,
That's one of the things that I find kind of lazy though. Gleaming the Cube does it. Monster Squad did it, where they basically just took the VHS and blew it up because it just stays VHS rectangle, and then you get like a laser disc coming out the sides. So it's like, guys, give me like a full freaking picture. Clueless, God bless.
Yeah.
I don't know what all you have, Jody, but do you have, like, say, Legend, Tom Cruise?
Let me hang on. I also have a giant stack still that I need to. Oh, I did get that one.
Some of these aren't like super rare or anything. You know,
That one's rare, John, because it's the AC3. It's the digital Dolby one. Yeah. I got the other version that's not digital Dolby. But
Charlie, I'm wanting to say I've bought it. I haven't scanned it yet, so it's not in my app for me to 100% say I own that.
Oh, okay.
But I did get that.
yeah.
And Desperado. Labyrinth, I got it.
Okay.
I don't have it next to me, but I got it.
Nice.
And I did break my rule. I've broke my rule several times. I've started to get a few Japanese. I got the Japanese of Inner Space just because the movie was awesome.
Oh yeah,
I've broken my rule on Japanese.
and they're cardboard. Their covers are thicker, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They're more protected.
I never have bought any Japanese stuff. The only things I want is like you can get all the Cowboy Bebop season.
Yeah.
You can get all that, and like even get it's some of the stuff that I like. You can get a lot of anime, but you got to import a lot of it, and it gets expensive.
Here's one that I scored that apparently is worth a lot of money. Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
Oh my God!
I might have that actually, but
They have a laser disc. They have a VHS. They have a DVD, but they don't have a fucking Blu-ray.
Well, I bet this looks better than the DVD.
This is
Sure, it does.
No, it's not.
Hey, John, I got the Criterion of Boogie Nights. I did a couple of videos recently where I just pulled a few out and was like, hey, look at this.
Hell yeah.
And that was one of them. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that one had a Criterion. That's cool.
Well, you know what? It looks just like that. Remember the first
It's
DVD
rarities.
edition?
Yeah.
It looks just like it's orange. And,
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
What is
I
that?
almost got that on a whatnot, but I got outbidded.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool there.
Yeah, like that's that original TV version.
I've scored some Monty Python here lately. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Mystery Science.
Movie.
I'm going back, gentlemen. Like y'all probably saw my Instagram video. I've got VHS going again.
Yeah.
I'm getting in trouble over here.
Unfortunately, I think you can only get this in full frame. You can't get it in widescreen. I'm pretty sure. There used to be there's a database, huh?
What was his name on that movie? Was it something Happy Harry Hard On or something like that?
Hang on, I'll be right back. Hang on.
Oh, here's a challenge for you, John, or maybe Mike. I'm not sure if it has one or not, but you guys can tell me. Orgasmo.
That's a good question. When did it come out?
Yeah, it depends on when it came out. Yeah. I want to say it does actually. Because I think Basketball has one. Their other movie they did.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I had Beavis and Butthead the movie. I don't know if I have. Was South Park movie had one? I don't think I have a South Park movie Laserdisc.
I could have sworn I saw Laserdisc of Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
It should, because it came out easily in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
So this was a cool one. I wish I remember I had this out other night, but for watching.
Oh, Lost Highway.
Sorry, I've
That
got them
one's
in
worth
the,
a lot
I've
of
got
money
the
too,
polys.
man.
They're hard to see.
Oh, too bad you didn't have that when our guest from last week.
Well, I did have it set out. I've had these stacks set out for a while because I knew Jody was wanting to do that, and I was going to be
Here you go,
okay.
John.
Yeah.
Here you go. Bam.
Oh yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, it's still
Image.
cool as hell having that. But,
Yeah, it is. I was
But
when she was doing that flip video and I saw that, I was like, hell yeah. Here's the Monster Squad.
oh yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. The problem is those are not widescreen either, though.
Yeah.
Because
Had to
you
grab-
can't. There's several movies like that you can't get in. Oh yeah, that's cool. You just can't get in full. You know, you can't get widescreen or letterbox or whatever. It's aggravating.
A movie you should look for if they have it as a Laserdisc,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
pretty sure they probably do. Is called My Boyfriend's Back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, is that a vampire movie? Or
I got
something?
freaking Fright Night from that chick.
Zombie. He comes back as a zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's.
You
that's
had this
cool.
one, Mike. This
No.
Stanley Kubrick double feature,
Mm-mm.
The Killing and Killer's Kiss.
No, I like the Killing though. That's a good one.
John, I picked this one up because as soon as I saw it, I knew you'd appreciate it. There you go.
Yeah, I have that. I have that. And
Yeah, I got that one too.
that's another
Right,
one
but-
that needs a widescreen and never got one.
Oh yeah.
You need to watch it now. I don't know if you've watched it yet, but you need
I haven't
to
watched
watch.
this yet. No. I gotta get it in a
Yeah.
better sleeve. This sleeve's dirty as hell.
Have you watched your Blu-ray or whatever?
Did
Mine's
I
all
watch
beat
that?
up. It's tore up. The jacket's.
Oh, yeah, this is a cool one. The Ruddles. You guys seen the
Oh
Ruddles?
wow, I've never seen that.
Yeah, you never seen the Ruddles before?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Turn it
yeah.
around. What's on the back? Does it show any scenes?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Beatles mockumentary.
Yeah, it's
It,
think I've
it
ever
was
seen
done
that.
by part of it's
Monty Python.
Monty Python and parts like
Oh, shit.
SNL. There's a bunch of them, and George Harrison shows up in one scene. It's fucking funny.
Is
It's
it?
made to be it's a mockumentary. It's made to be like a documentary of these people. It's like the Beatles, but it's a comedy. So
Damn it! I need to find that then.
like the John Lennon's character his name is Ron Nasty for some reason. And then he wants on the squadron of tanks. And Barry Wom is the Ringo Starr. He's I want to be a hairdresser. No, I want to be two hairdressers. The Ruddles is funny. Yeah, you can find that on Blu-ray. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I've never
um,
owned it.
But here's the Monty Python connection. Also, Neil Innes, who plays the Ron Nasty, who's the John Lennon character, he's in all the Monty Python stuff. He's like he's usually background artist, but he's a musician. He did a lot of the music and stuff for Monty Python and things like that. But he like in Holy Grail, he's like one of the guys in the back, either like clacking the shells or he's always he's the guy sing whenever who's the one that runs away from the fight? I can't remember. Galahad or something. Sir Galahad. He runs away from the fight, and he's the one who's back behind singing that song.
Is it Eric Idle? Is that who it is? Eric Idle.
Well, I'm talking about Neil Innes. He's the guy that's singing, yeah, it might be Eric Idle who's playing Galahad. I'm sorry, I can't remember.
What's that movie called again? I'm looking it up so I can save it.
The Ruddles. All you need is cash.
I like it.
I mean, if you don't know the Beatles, of course, it's going to go right over your head. But I mean,
It's hilarious.
all you need is cash instead of love.
Well, what's funny is Ricky Fattar. He's like an Indian. I think he was Indian. I could be incorrect about that, but he's Indian. But he's playing the George Harrison character. So that what's funny about it, I mean, he was an actual like a big Beatles. He played in like Beatles kind of cover bands and like that. But he But what's funny about it is because George Harrison went to India and got really into that whole thing back in the day when he went to India. So they had him played by an Indian instead of, yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's only gotten a DVD.
No, I have a Blu-ray.
Well, and the Blu-ray's out of print. This guy
Really?
and the DVD they're wanting $43.11 for.
Jeez.
Oh man. Yeah, they need to.
I guess
They
the
need to
Blu-ray's
clean
out of
that one
print.
up and
Something I got to
pull it
hunt
out.
down now. Thanks a lot, John.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a must see. Yeah, I mean
believe I've never
this
seen
this
that.
year's everybody's going to have it, but it's
Yeah.
yeah, that's a pretty easy find right there.
Yeah.
Speed Racer movie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, let me check over here on Instagram and make sure nobody's commenting and wanting it on the wheel. We might as well just go ahead and start spinning that. Nope, no comments over on Instagram.
Oh, I'm sorry, everybody.
I did get Fly the Navigator.
Yeah, I think it's another one. No, but here's a fun one right here. Meteor Man.
Oh yeah, I've almost gotten that several times. I just hadn't pulled the trigger.
I have the Blu-ray meter.
Oh, but what I was going to tell you, and Mike may know this too. What I like to do is replace those crappy inner sleeves. The one especially just comes with the cheap plastic sleeves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But you can find them like in your record store, Jody. I call them paper polys. They're like paper on the outside, like a record sleeve, but they got plastic on the inside, so it'll protect the nicer the nicer laser discs come with them, like them. But you can buy the generics from your record store, and they're much nicer.
Those plastic ones are just crap. You try to put them in and out. You got to fold the corner just to kind of get it in there. It's a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You can buy a big old stack of those paper ones. Those are well worth it.
Make sure nobody else is on the wheel. I think Angry Pudding's the last one.
Yeah, I think Angry Pudding. Movie Hunter won last week, right?
Yeah.
No more Movie Hunter. No more.
Charlie's mad at Movie Hunter. Keep taking Charlie's movies.
There's a fun one.
I did get that one. Yeah. I chalked that up
was.
to my Ernest collection right there.
Yeah.
And you said you're not sure you have the Crow as the Laserdisc?
I've got the Crow on Laserdisc. I have not found the second one.
Oh, okay.
But I have the second one on VHS, and I haven't gotten the Crow on VHS yet. So go figure.
It's funny because I have. So when it comes to the second one, I have the DVD of it, and then I did get I want to say quote unquote Blu-ray because it was a double feature Blu-ray of the second one and Wicked Prayer.
Oh shit.
So Wicked Prayer does have a Blu-ray, but it's a part of a double feature Blu-ray. So yeah. But
I got that Rocketeer, and then I recently got a Japanese Rocketeer just because I love the cover on it so much.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Rocketeer is a personal favorite.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
There's all kinds of great cartoon stuff out here,
Oh yeah.
Bugs and Daffy's wartime cartoons.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of great box sets with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's so cool about I got several of these sci-fi box sets with the 50 sci-fi, and there's 4 movies, and what's cool about them is the way they made them. Instead of each movie having its own disc, like when one movie ends, the next movie starts. So if you're having a movie marathon, it just keeps going. There might be a little blank spot in between the movies, but it just keeps going. So it's not like you have to change a disc. Eventually you do, but you usually watch one movie plus part of another one, and it keeps going. I love that.
Yeah. Got half of the other one. Yeah.
We are on the
John, I'm going to text you 2 more names to put on the wheel real quick from Instagram.
Who is it?
If you type.
Do you get anything new this week?
All I've got was the Barbarian Steelbook that came in yesterday, but I forgot to bring it to the closet, so I think it's downstairs.
We kind of end up turning into the Laserdisc show.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hell,
Yeah.
I'm down for it.
Nothing wrong with
I sent
that,
you two names from
I
IG.
did get that.
the
I got
Mars Attacks. Yeah.
But you actually, when I first saw this, I was like, well, I'm not sure about it. Then you see it when you do that. That's really cool.
Yeah, that was a cool feature. I think
Yeah.
I've got the collector's edition coming from somewhere. I just got to figure out. I got to remember where the hell I pre-ordered that from.
I got I'm gonna get you sucker vinegar syndrome.
Oh, shit!
Nice.
It's nice, yeah.
Look at that box.
Nice.
It's nice. It's got a
It's
little
when,
magnet.
it's when movies like
good.
that get that kind of notoriety right there. It's just it's,
I like
It's got
really
like this little
unnecessary.
magnet thing here. It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's yeah.
Well, unfortunately for me, I don't have anything new. So, I mean, it's just, I can't buy anything. I really can't, you know, and it sucks. I understand it, but it does suck. I really, there's a bunch of stuff that I still want to grab. Like, I would like to get the new Godzilla -1 thing that's coming out because I kind of lost out, you know, on the other one from before. And then the Mortal Kombat Arrow set, you know, that I really wanted to grab. And there's a bunch. And it sucks. I'm not going to lie. It sucks because being a movie lover, it sucks.
Yeah. Just got to keep a list and be ready to rock and roll when you're ready.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's why I have my Amazon wish list so I know what I want to grab when I'm able to.
Yeah.
I end up just picking up that Kill Bill. I just picked up the regular 4K of it. I just didn't need another, even though that box set's nice. But, you know, I didn't watch. Actually, I watched Mid-Level Media. He put his video out about that.
Ken.
Special edition set. Yeah, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
And
I got the white one that you open it up and it's got a veil.
Yeah.
It's got her veil and stuff.
Yeah, I just didn't want another because I have that big old umbrella set, and I was like, I just don't want another special edition. It's nice, but I don't like the veil. I think that's kind of
the veil's weird. I mean, it's nice that they give you like a clear case to put it in, so it's just not always flopping around and getting ripped in a shelf. But I didn't order it, but I helped a couple of guys from overseas get it, so I have seen it. I held it in my hand, but I didn't get it for myself.
Well, like what Kim was saying, he said, you know, when he opened it up, he's like, don't worry, I'm not going to pull it by it's got a magnetic top. So I'm not going to pull it by. He's afraid it might pull it away. Hey, I mean, it's cool. It's got some cool stuff. It's just, I was just happy to get the 4K of it to see the movie.
I got a really good deal on it. I just pre-ordered from Lionsgate, and it wasn't that much. So I just said, man, what the heck.
That's pretty
I don't have any other special.
It's a cool set though, but see, you don't have that other. You probably don't have that other Kill Bill. I already had that, so I was like, I don't really need another special edition set. That's why I justified it.
I got a Japanese bootleg of it on Blu-ray, but I don't know if it's the same cut or not. I need to watch them and stuff. I know it doesn't have that new animated sequence in it that's on the new one. But
the new animated sequence is awesome.
Yeah.
So when when it comes to getting things, of course, thrifting, this was $1 when this thing for brand new goes for $30. The Passion of the Christ, the actual score.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This is a really, really good score. I really enjoy this score. I listened to it in the car, and it's very haunting, not going to lie. But a lot of my soundtracks that I have in this. Sorry, this thing keeps beeping on me because it's telling me battery. But a lot of them I find at the thrift store. I have like the Tu Wong Fu soundtrack / score. I have like Troll from the 80s. You know, there's a bunch that I have. But this is awesome for $1.
Hell yeah.
I don't ever see that. Like if I go to Goodwill or anywhere, I don't ever see that for sale. But it's definitely worth it.
Oh, I did pick this up cheap, but I'm pretty sure Charlie's already showed this to us before. But I picked up that Matilda SteelBook. I have. Yeah, pretty sure you've showed it to us. It's a good looking SteelBook.
Yeah, I think I did show it on here when I got it. Yeah, when 2023.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually, you know what? I forgot I pulled all these. I did this several weeks ago before we had the computer issue. I did that whatnot where I sold off all my dad's movies. I found within his movies some DVDs that I thought I sold long ago, but apparently I gave them to my dad. So I got them back. So I got Basketball Diaries on DVD.
Oh, nice.
Which is hard to get anywhere on anything.
Yeah.
I got this 7 edition back that I have always regretted not holding on to this release because I think this is by far one of the coolest editions of 7 that we ever got.
Yeah, that's a good
And
one.
I thought I let that go forever ago, and there it was. So I grabbed it, and I got that awesome Dogma release that came in like the Bible.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Case.
Yeah.
The 2 flipper. It's even still got the little thing in there.
Yeah,
I was pretty stoked. I was going through his stuff, and I was like, "Holy shit! I don't remember giving that to my dad."
I'm going to make a video, Jody, with the stuff I bought from you. I just haven't made it yet.
No, you're good.
I've had like 4 videos I made, and I'm putting them out. I got one more before it, but I'm going to do it. And I didn't make it in there Friday. I kind of forgot. I did a bunch of mowing that day, and I was worn out. And then by the time I just completely forgot about it.
It's all right. I'll probably never. I'm kind of digging the Sunday shows, honestly.
Yeah.
The only reason I did it on Friday was because this last Friday, Whatnot was doing 0 commissions, so you got to keep everything you made. But it was only on Friday, so I was like, okay, I guess we're doing this Friday. But yeah, the next one when I get it lined up, it's gonna. I kind of like it on Sundays. I'm gonna put it on Sundays from now on.
Do you guys ever see this movie? It's a pretty screwed up movie, but it's called Gummo. You guys ever see that?
No.
Now it's hard to recognize with this cover because they give it a whole new cover, but you may recognize it with that was the original like DVD artwork.
I do remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the entire movie. I've watched it a couple times, but it takes place I think it's in Ohio, but it takes place after like a tornado or something that's kind of ravaged the town. It's kind of like the aftermath of it, like maybe a year after, and everything's kind of screwed up. But it's just these people walking around. It's kind of filthy, it's kind of a slice of life kind of, but like that character, like on there, he's that kid, like him and another kid, like at early in the movie, they're like, they kill a cat. And they take it to like, I think it's like a Chinese restaurant or something, or a market or something. And they're selling it to Korean market. I don't know. I'm sorry. I said that in my video. I don't know which one it was, but
it's pretty weird.
They sell it to them, and they immediately, after they sell it to this place, they immediately go and buy airplane glue and start huffing airplane glue. And it's that kind of movie. It's just, it's screwed up, but it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Let's hit the 7 right now.
Oh yeah, we need to spin that wheel. John, check your DMs real quick. I did send you 2 names.
Oh shit, yeah.
You're good. It's just 2 names to add on the wheel real quick. We'll start spinning that wheel, and we'll get this going. Again, if you're outside of the United States and you want on the wheel, that's totally cool. But I'm gonna need you to help me pay for shipping, okay? But as long as you're in the United States, if you get the winner, then you're going to get this in the mail as soon as I possibly can, unlike our past giveaways, which took me several weeks to mail out. But I'm going to get this going fast. So just tell John in the comments real quick if you want on the wheel. We're going to spin the wheel. It's a last man standing situation, so if your name pops up, it's not a good thing. Not unless you're the last person. Then you're the winner. So that's exciting. Charlie's on the wheel. He's crossing his fingers. You can't see his fingers, but they're crossed. And we got this from Valeria Video. Valoria.
Yes.
Valoria Video. I keep wanting to say
Valeria. It's one of the others.
Valoria.
But they're on Instagram. They are on Instagram.
They are a cool company. They're based out of Miami, I believe. And I've ordered several things from them. They've packaged very, very well. And everything comes in a nice box, bubble wrapped up, and you get this little sticker right here that I'm going to include with whoever wins, so you remember where this came from. And here's the wheel.
You can see our wheel twice.
Why are we in there twice? There we go.
I did it on purpose.
All right, we got 12 tonight on the wheel. Again, we're going to spin. Don't get excited if you see your name. That means you're getting kicked off. We go down to the last man standing. So here we go. John, spin the wheel.
Ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock and roll. We're gonna,
Oh,
we're
wait a
gonna go
second.
a little bit beyond 2 hours tonight.
Hang on a second. There's somebody else. Good day. Oh no, it's Good Day with Jay. I'm sorry, I was misreading it. Okay, Daniel. Okay, there is one missing. I apologize, everybody. I can add this right now. This guy better not win, or okay. Hope it's close enough. Sorry. There we go. I think it's it. Make sure that's it. Yes. Sorry, everybody. Let's rock and roll. I just about missed you. I apologize. I got distracted. Talking about a dirty movie.
Oh, movie hunter off right off the bat.
Oh,
Wait, who was it?
Movie Hunter.
Movie hunter.
Oh, movie hunter.
You can't be mad, movie hunter. You've won twice. All right, so.
Well, there's he's. Don't they have a steelbook of that? He's probably got it. If they have one.
Not yet. As of right now, France is the only one that's gonna be offering a steelbook. We have not in the U.S. gotten a steelbook for this. Oh, Bubba. Nope. Vince, the movie man. Sorry, Vince. Bye, Vince. It was almost Bubba. That was close, Bubba.
Appreciate everybody stopping by this evening.
Yeah, thank you to everybody.
Yes. Had a kind of a slow start, but Charlie.
God damn it.
Indeed.
you will be revenged. Charlie will win this one day.
Charlie.
I was hoping for Obsessed, if anything. That one, it was a really good film.
I don't know how to feel about Obsession or not. I wasn't blown away by it, but it was good, but it was predictable. But that's kind of what I say about all horror movies. But
No, I get that. I wouldn't say that I was like blown away, but I really
Jay
did
with
enjoy
Jay.
it.
Sorry, Jay.
Jay.
it was good, though. It's just
I need to watch it.
I like the score, the music to it. That's what kind of drew me in a little bit more.
Big neck. Ah. Sorry. You've been eliminated. Dun dun dun.
why is Obsession written on here?
What, as a contestant?
I didn't write that in there.
It's going to win itself.
Eh,
What the fuck? I did not write that in there. I think we got a ghost in this house. Literally.
Ha ha ha.
Well,
But Obsession, yeah.
if you got to take it off, take it off.
Yeah, I took it off. No, nothing. That's strange. I don't know why that was. Bella Zarillo.
Ah, Bella Zarillo. So sorry. Chris.
Yes.
So sorry, Chris.
All right, Chris.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Chris has the curse of the wheel, I think, on here.
No, he's been able to get one before.
Has he won? Has he won one from us before? He got
The
well. I
name
mean,
sounds
last
familiar.
week wasn't hard to get down to the end, but he got down to the top two and pulled
Yeah,
Oh,
it.
no,
he did.
Ray. Sorry, Ray. Down to the final
We got
three.
that, Bill. We got Bubba.
I think Daniel's going to win.
Uh-oh. That was the curse right there.
Oh, yeah. That was not.
Oh, no,
He was-
Bubba.
Shit.
Sorry, Bubba.
You gotta be kidding me. Did I curse the?
Yeah.
These are last entries too.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, it looks like we got.
I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Well, Mike's our winner. Mike, and that was one of the ones from Instagram, I believe.
Mike C.
Yeah, it was Mike.
Mike, I'll be hitting you up on Instagram, sir. You won our 4K giveaway of Obsession from Valoria Video. Congratulations,
Mike's
you're the
rocked.
winner. You
It's
can
rocked.
dance and
Congrats.
scream and tell all your friends where you got it.
It's a sore wound, but congrats.
Congrats indeed. I'll be messaging you soon, sir, and we'll get that all situated. Well, gentlemen, this was fun. Great interview.
Congratulations.
Charlie, thank you for getting that guest for us. That was greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Yes.
And next week, hopefully, we'll be back, all 5 of us, and
Yes.
we'll have a good theme. We'll show off some shit. I'll even bring some more laser discs. So
the Voltron will be complete.
the Voltron will be complete next week. So come back. As always, Wednesdays, everybody quick. Tell everybody where they can find you. Mike, go ahead.
Oh, I'll be on Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays all day, every day.
Nice.
On YouTube, that is.
John, how about yourself?
Yeah, on it's Bewitched Collector on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. It's the same name, same great place, same whatever.
Same bat channel.
Charlie, well, go at it, buddy.
Well, of course, Raging Entertainment on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and don't forget to follow Cult of Collectors on TikTok and as well as Instagram, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you can be notified every time we go live. So make sure you do so.
Absolutely,
stuff.
absolutely. And I'm Stills Resin 4Ks on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And just like Charlie said, please go to Cult of Collectors on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. And we're here every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, watch all of our socials. We announce what the theme's going to be and if there's going to be a guest and if there's going to be a giveaway. I think we got at least one more WB giveaway. And hopefully, fingers crossed, more to come.
Wait, which one?
We still have Final Destination Bloodlines.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe that'll be next week's giveaway, or maybe we'll come up with something else. I don't know. We'll find out. But watch our socials. You'll see. We'll be here next week. And that's all I got. That's all they got. So bye, everybody.
See you later.
Later.